Ladies and gentlemen, I am back from the crypt, and today we're going to be talking about Blink Twice, the newest film from director Zoe Kravitz. This is her directorial debut, and it stars Channing Tatum, Naomi Ackie, Simon Rex, and a bunch of other familiar names. There was a film from a couple of years ago called Don't Worry Darling. You probably heard of it, you probably heard about the backstory for it. Well, I watched it recently before I watched Blink Twice, and there are very, very apparent comparisons that I want to discuss today, and one of them is to do with society and specifically men's control over society. I look at Don't Worry Darling and I'm like, yeah, there's definitely something going on underneath all of the crap that the film presents to you. But Olivia Wilde herself, she said that she would live in the utopia of which the film is based in, which kind of tells you everything you need to know about the film itself, that the film itself, which is supposed to be an allegory for men's control over women, you can tell that it just fails. But where Blink Twice comes in, well, let me talk about it. Zoe Kravitz. Now, Zoe Kravitz has been an actress who I've been following for a long time. I watched her High Fidelity TV show, I kind of enjoyed that. She was great in The Batman. So it's great to see her dig her teeth into something a lot deeper than those projects. This is definitely deep. As I said about Don't Worry Darling, this is basically what Don't Worry Darling should have been. It's an allegory for men's control over women and men's control over society as a whole. There's definitely like an Andrew Tate kind of conspiracy behind it, and it's really fascinating to dive into, especially as a man in society that kind of feels like he's not seen enough. That's kind of something which this film expresses very well. Performances: Channing Tatum, he's great as the tech billionaire with a very dark side to him, and he's kind of got shades of Epstein, which I really don't like to talk about because it's a very disgusting topic. But at the same time, it is very apparent that he's supposed to be playing the tech billionaire who's doing something extremely wrong with his power and with his money. Dude owns an island and decides, I'm going to take a bunch of women to the island with his friends, and then of course shady shit happens, and it turns into a big misogyny piece, which I thoroughly enjoyed to watch because it may put men down a peg or two, because a lot of men feel like their masculinity is challenged, or think that their masculinity means that they can overrule the opposite gender. So to see a woman in the film industry discuss it in immense detail is very cool to see. I really thoroughly enjoyed that. In terms of a look, there's a very midsummery kind of feel to it, not in terms of the cinematography is better than that, obviously, but the color grade is very reminiscent of, say, Get Out, very reminiscent of, say, Beau is Afraid even. There's a colourful twinge to it, which you don't really expect from a film with this much deeper context. And it always keeps it interesting in the edit. The edit is very fun, very snappy. Even though the first 20 minutes or so is quite a slow affair, I think that the rest of the film really makes up for it. It does take its time to get going, but when it gets going, after that 20 minutes, it's just a non-stop thrill ride. It's a non-stop ride of, oh, what's actually happening, what is really putting forward in front of you. And that's where Zoe Kravitz excels. She excels in the directions. She excels on where to put the camera, where the camera is lingering on as well. There are these swooping shots of these midsummery kind of parties that happen, and they are really an awe to watch. But again, it's like the main thing that I took away from this is what it's saying about men in society and what it's saying about society as a whole. There's a really interesting line in here where Channing Tatum says, when is sorry too much, or something along those lines. He basically is saying that sorry doesn't mean shit anymore. And that is true. Sorry doesn't mean anything because that word is kind of empty. There's a saying of an empty sorry, and that's basically what this character is all about. He's about empty sorries and about empty apologies. And then he has this big monologue where he shouts the word sorry, and then it says, did you feel anything? No, you didn't feel a single goddamn thing. And that is what makes this film really great to me. It is one of my favourites of the year. I think it's very comprehensive. I think it's very much indebted to films of old. Very Wicker Man-y, very Midsommar-y in terms of the subtext that is underneath. Seeing this man come to power and then seeing that power get stripped away. Very reminiscent of Tar as well. I was watching this and I was like, yeah, there's literally a Tar, the male version. But please check out Blink Twice. It is very good. It's very heavy. It's a very heavy topic, so if you find certain things extremely hard to digest, then definitely think twice about watching it. Blink twice about watching it, I guess. I'm gonna give Blink Twice an 8 out of 10. The menu also came to mind. I think that there's a menu aspect to it as well, with high class and high snobbery. But I'm looking forward to watching it again. I think it's a really, really interesting, comprehensive take on misogyny. And it's basically Don't Worry Darling 2.0, but even better than that one, because that one kind of fucking sucks, let's be honest. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me down below what you want to see from me next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.